On today's show, we're going to be working with a department that's been a part of the city for over 120 years. The work they do can be sudden and unexpected. Do you know where I am today? I'm Brian Phillips. On most days, I work in an office for the Ames City Manager. Since starting here, I've learned a lot about the different jobs city employees have. Many of them you might see every day. Others work behind the scenes to provide quality programs and exceptional service to the community. And that's why I'm here, to experience the different jobs the City of Ames has to offer. You never know where I'll go next. The Ames Fire Department's goal is to protect people and property from loss and danger due to fires or other life-threatening situations. The city has 3 fire stations located strategically around town. Today, we'll take a look at how they continuously check and maintain the equipment used during an emergency. Good morning, Lieutenant.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing today?
I'm doing very well today.
So I'm here at the fire department to learn a little bit more about some of the equipment and trucks and apparatus that you use. What can you tell me about the different types of apparatus the fire department uses?
Well, we have all kinds of apparatus. We have ladder trucks. We have 1 ladder truck. We have 2 regular fire engines, 2 reserve fire engines. We have a hazmat truck, medium rescue trucks that carry all of our gear for extrication, car accidents, things like that. Quite a variety of trucks.
So what kinds of equipment do you carry on these different vehicles?
Well, we like to call them toolboxes on wheels. They're full of everything. We got axes, your typical, fireman axe, but we also have chainsaws, hand tools, hose, water, foam, medical supplies for medical calls. Of course, the most important thing on the trucks are the firefighters that we take to the scene. So, lots of things.
So it sounds like you've got a lot of different equipment that you need to maintain, is that correct?
We do. We actually do a truck check every day, kind of a minor truck check, make sure the radio works, the lights work, all the equipment's in its place. But every Saturday we do a very thorough truck check where we actually take all of that equipment off, start the chainsaws, the blowers, the fans, make sure everything works and everything's where it's supposed to be.
So I understand I'm going to be participating in a smaller version of that truck check.
Yes, you are.
What kind of things am I going to be doing today?
Well, we're going to set the ladder up for you, and we do what we call a cone drill, where we attach a traffic cone hanging from a rope to the end of the ladder, and you operate the ladder from the pedestal, trying to place that cone where you want it to be. It's good practice for firefighters and operators of the truck. That way they can learn that distance and where to place that. It's very important where we place the tip of the ladder when we need it, right at a window or right at a roof edge line, so we can access that roof. So it's good depth perception skill. We'll do that, and we have controls at the tip of the ladder that can operate the ladder also. And every Saturday we have someone climb all the way to the top and run the ladder from the top. So we'll do that too.
Okay, sounds great. I'll follow you if you would like to lead the way.
All right, let's go this way. Thank you.
Okay, so we're up here on top of the, what do you call this? The turntable?
Yeah, turntable.
Turntable of the ladder. So how does all of this work? There's a lot of moving parts to this.
Yep. It really starts in the cab before we even get up here.
Okay.
When we get to a scene or on a Saturday check, we want to make sure that our parking brakes are on. We have to chalk the wheels so the truck won't move back and forth.
Right.
We have to put out the outriggers, and on the bottom of the outriggers, there's outrigger pads that we have to put down. So a lot of that starts even before we get up here. And then once we get up here, this is all hydraulically driven.
Sure.
So in the cab again, we'll turn on the master hydraulic switch. And then we can either run the outriggers at one point, or we can run the ladder at the other point. You can't do them both. You have to make sure the outriggers are down and firm, and there's like safety switches on that they have to be on good footing and solid.
So that helps level out the truck, make sure there's no
tilting or
the
level of leveling of the truck is manual. We manually adjust each outrigger separately to make sure that the truck is level. There's actually level bubbles, like a level you would have at your house on the truck, so you know if it's it's either level this way or level lengthwise.
Okay.
What we do is work from right to left on on these controls here.
Okay.
So this lever here, you have to pull up this safety switch again before you can even move it at all.
Okay.
And then you can either pull it down, which is raise the ladder, or pull this up and push it ahead is lower the ladder. So it's already in the bed, so we'll have to always bring it up, and then to start with. And then this one, we'll swing it right or left.
Okay.
For a rule of thumb, we try to always swing it left, because from this vantage point, you have a much better sight pattern.
Oh, since
of
the
what's coming
operator's
in.
on the left?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
The operator's on the left. Now, sometimes just the way you have to pull into a fire or a structure, you may have to go this way, but for the most part, we want to try and swing to the left. You just have much better visual. One of the other things you need to do, and it just becomes after you've done it a while, you just make sure you got trees here that we're going to deal with. We have power lines, you know, to that side and to this side, so that's good. Our left is pretty open,
pretty clear,
except for these trees,
right,
which we'll make sure we raise the ladder up high enough before we rotate.
Okay.
And then this last lever is the extend. So that'll extend this ladder from 45 foot is just basically sitting in the bed like it is now. And it will go out to as far as 105 feet.
Wow.
So it goes out quite a ways.
Yeah.
From with the 4 sections that are here, they all just keep going out, and it's all in a linkage system. So the rungs align as it goes out.
Okay.
So there's a lot of engineering that goes into the ladder
pretty
truck
sophisticated
as well. So why don't we try it?
So
just go ahead.
Step?
First step would be, and you kind of work from, like I said, right
to
left. So first thing you want to do is raise it up out of the deal, and before that, just kind of make your own assessment of what you need to do, how high you think you need to raise it, and then go ahead and lift up that safety and pull that lever down, and you'll be raising the ladder.
So we need to get above this tree here pretty much, right?
Yep.
So,
and it's always good to go plenty. You know what I mean? It's better to overkill than to be on. Yeah, I think
clear?
you're fine. Yep.
Okay. So now we want to go left.
Yep. Now you can go left to kind of scan around as you're turning the turntable. There'll be a little bit of a jerk when you first start it first starts to move. That's another thing that the manufacturer likes us to do one control at a time.
Okay.
Because if you try and do too many controls as you're moving left and extending, it puts a lot of extra pressure on the ladder itself. So we'll just, on a Saturday check, we'll just take it nice and smooth, one operation at a time. So we're going to head for that camera there on the parapet wall.
Okay.
So if you lean out, you can see the cone hanging down there.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. So this is just kind of a drill to kind of get you familiar with depth perception. And this would kind of simulate maybe trying to get that ladder tip to a windowsill, or maybe somebody's deck, or a balcony or something like that. So it just kind of gives you a little depth perception. So what we're going to do is try and have you extend that ladder out and lower it to right on that parapet wall.
Okay.
And just see how you do.
So we'll extend the ladder now?
Yep, I would say extend it. And you got to take into consideration that, okay, you're up higher. As that ladder tip goes down, it may actually go further away from you because of the angles and things. But yeah, just see how you can try and hit that, cover up that camera.
All right, let's try that.
Okay.
Okay, I think I need to go a little bit more left.
Okay, yeah, I would agree.
Maybe just a hair more. All right.
Yeah.
And then we lower it?
Yep, go ahead and lower it. And there again, you're always scanning your surroundings just to make sure.
All right, it looks like we need a little bit more left. Gosh, this is tough.
It is pretty tricky.
Yeah, and then a little bit further out.
Probably a little bit extend the ladder.
This is kind of like a giant claw game.
It is. And that's why we like to, we'll do this sometimes on Saturdays, or even a lot of times just during the week. If we have new people come down to Station 3 that have been at the other stations, maybe haven't been assigned to the ladder truck for a while, just to get that depth perception and how far does this, what's it mean when it says 55 feet on the ladder markings? Because we have markings here.
Yeah.
What does that look like in reality 55 feet away? So we're about 52 feet out at this point where you're at.
Yeah, it's really challenging to try to figure out quite how far away you are from whatever target you're trying to hit.
Exactly.
I think I need to go a little further.
Yep, I'd say a little further extended out.
And a little right.
It's kind of jerky too.
Yeah.
That's something that you kind of work on over time of just taking it easy. We call kind of feathering it. Just kind of go really slow.
All right, let's see if we're on it. Oh, it's so close.
So close. So raise it up just a little bit, and then I would say extend it out just a little bit more. There you go. Now,
okay. I think we made it on top of it.
all right. That's good job. There we
All
go.
right.
So now we could be a little bit more challenging. Maybe we could spin around and try and set it on that light pulse, on the top of that light.
Okay. So what do
So
we need
go
to do?
ahead,
We need
and
to
I would
lift up?
I would raise it up, and there again, you want to go more than you think you need, because you're going to have to lower it down in once you get close.
Okay.
So go there, and then I would retract the ladder back.
This is going to be a little trickier.
Yeah, it is almost harder the closer it is, because it's hard to see that tip. When the ladder is further out, you almost have a better visual of where the end of it is.
Okay.
So now I'll probably go left again, and yeah. So there, yep, you're pretty good there. It looks like you're gonna have to extend out again a little bit. Yeah,
All right.
and then I can't really,
I think a little bit further left.
there you go. Good job, just taking it. That right and left is the hardest to kind of, it can be
It
really
seems really
jerky.
sensitive. Yeah. Okay, and now lower. Close.
Yeah, you could extend it
Little bit
out a little
further
bit.
out.
And
Let's go just a hair to the right.
there you got it.
All right.
Good job.
Great. All right, so tell me a little bit about the other controls for this.
The other controls are at the tip of the ladder.
Okay.
And we can control it from up there. There has to be 2 firefighters though, one up there
Okay.
and one down here on the turntable, and they have to have this override switch
I see.
held. So what we'll do is, now that we've got that cone drill mastered, we'll go
Okay.
over here and swing over to the right a little bit, and just in the open space here, we'll raise the ladder and extend it a little bit, and then we'll have you go up and actually run the controls from the top of the ladder.
Okay.
And you'll just get a different perception of, it's actually pretty easy from up there to see exactly where the end of the ladder is going to
Yeah.
be placed.
Okay.
So, and while you're up there, I'll be down here holding this switch to give you the power, because it's just one of those safeties that if I see anything, like if you were going to hit a power line or something, that
Okay.
I could stop and talk to you like, no, we need to do a different angle or
Okay.
something else over here.
Yeah, don't be shy about
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
Okay, I'll let you run
Will
it.
do. Okay, sounds good. So this is actually a pretty good angle for you just to climb up.
Okay.
And then once you get up there and you tell me that you're strapped in,
Yep.
you're locked in
Yep.
with a ladder belt, then I'll take you up a little bit higher angle
Okay.
and I'll extend you out a little bit, and then
Okay.
I'll give you the controls
All
to go
right.
ahead and pan around.
Swing around.
Yeah.
Just a full circle?
Yeah, you can do a full circle.
Okay.
Once we're up, really, we got to be a pretty good angle to miss, to make sure we're away
Yeah.
from these lines. But
Okay.
we'll be fine. We've done it on Saturdays a lot.
All right. I'll see you back on the ground.
Sounds good.
All right, so I'm going to go up higher.
Yep, I'll take you up. I'll run the controls from down here for a little bit.
Okay, sounds good.
So we go by degrees, and I'll take you to 70 degrees of an angle.
Okay.
And that's a normal, that's like what we used for the physical agility test.
All right, so how high up am I right now?
You're just under 65 feet. So you're more than halfway up.
Okay. All right, so next, are we up at the right angle now?
Yep, this is good. We're about 70 degree angle, so I'll go ahead and extend you out.
Okay.
And just tell me if you want me to stop.
Okay. Just along for the ride. Oh man. This is like the ride at the state fair. I'm just waiting for the...
Now we're at 75 feet.
Pretty good view.
85, you want to keep going?
Yeah, we can keep going. It's a little breezy up here.
Yeah, it is, but that's good on this hot day.
It's a lot cooler, which is nice. And we're getting some stares from drivers on Duff, so that's fun.
95.
Okay.
So there you go.
That's
You're
it.
at 105 feet and 70 degrees.
Okay. So now we're gonna swing around.
Okay, just like down here, when you pull that safety back and you're going to rotate to the right now, it's kind of even more delayed up there. So you'll just go, just feather it in really slow, but it'll seem like it's not doing nothing. It just takes a while for that signal to get down here and override.
Okay. All right.
All right, you got the controls up there.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, Good job, nice and smooth. Okay, go ahead and stop about there, and then you can go ahead and retract. I'll tell you when to stop. Just make sure your feet are on those platforms, and go ahead and retract. I'll tell you when to stop.
Okay.
So on the Saturday check, when we would have a guy up there, on the way up we would be checking like the cables, all the pulleys, all the connections. You know, so we don't just set it up, but we're looking for anything that could be broken or worn as we're setting it up.
Yeah, that makes sense. There's a lot of different moving parts on this.
Go ahead and stop, Brian.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna extend you out just a little bit now, because I've got a light down here that tells me when the rungs are aligned, so it'll be easier to climb down.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna lower the angle just a little bit. Just makes it a little easier on your climb down.
All right, sounds good.
Oh, that was the overload. What'd you do up there? No, that just tells us that honk was, it just tells us that we went below 60-degree angle.
Ah, okay. All right,
So yeah, go ahead, undo the ladder belt, and fold up those feet pads, and come on down.
Okay.
There you go. Perfect.
Okay. Well, it's good to be back on solid ground.
Yes, indeed.
Thanks for taking care of me while I was up there,
Yeah.
Phil. I appreciate it.
Great, you
Thanks
did
for
good.
showing me everything. I'll let you put the ladder back away and leave you to your
All right.
rest of your checks.
Sounds good. Sounds
Thanks,
good.
Phil.
Thanks a lot.
Well, today you got to see one of the many activities the Ames Fire Department does to ensure that it's ready to respond at a moment's notice to emergencies. If you'd like more information about the Ames Fire Department, visit our website at www.cityofames.org. And be sure to tune in for the next Where's Brian, because you'll never know where I'll go next.